What is the cost of your time? Your income equals your productivity. In a transaction, you have to give something in order to get something. And how much you get depends on how much you produce over time. You learned and that accumulated knowledge raises the living standards. We call this productivity growth. Those who were inventive and hardworking raise their productivity and living standards faster than those who are complacent and lazy. Productivity matters most in the long run, but credit matters most in the short run. Debt is a big drive for economy swings, because it allows us to consume more than we produce when we acquire it, and it forces us to consume less than we produce when we pay it back. In order to buy something you can't afford, you need to spend more than you make. To do this, you essentially need to borrow from your future self. In doing so, you create a time in the future that you need to spend less than you make in order to pay it back. It very quickly resembles a cycle. Basically, every time you borrow, you create a cycle. This is as true for your personal economy cycle. It becomes a motion, a mechanical, predictable series of events that will happen in the future. This makes credit different from money. Money is what you settle a transaction with. When you buy a beer from a bartender with cash, the transaction is settled immediately. But when you buy a beer with credit, it is like starting a bar tab. You are saying you promise to pay in the future. Together you and the bartender create an asset and a liability. You just created a credit out of thin air. It is not until you paid the bartender, the asset and liability disappear, the debt goes away and the transaction is settled. Do all that you can to rise your productivity, because in the long run, that's what matters most. Speak to us. MQ, your financial partner.